Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to the Cricket Happening Show. This on a Friday, and on this Friday's cricket show, what I have for you is there are three things. One is Australia won the first one-day international of the tour of the United Arab Emirates, where they beat Pakistan. They had a very comfortable victory by 8 wickets, with Aaron Finch running into form with a century, and earlier Haris Sohail for Pakistan went on to make a century. I'll talk about that game, and then but we had a very exciting affair going on in the second T20 between Sri Lanka and South Africa. But finally, even though it was a fighting innings, a smashing innings, one could say, from Isru Udana, who really rammed the South African bowlers to all parts of the ground with it was 8 4s and 6 6s in a knock of 84 runs, which he actually scored of 36 balls, I reckon, which I can definitely tell you. But even though he did that, but because of the other players actually failing, it resulted in South Africa actually winning the T20 series, as they won the second T20 by 16 runs. But what a player Isra Udana has turned out to be on this tour of South Africa. He has come to South Africa and he has shown his prowess with both bat and ball, and I think that is the big thing that Sri Lanka is taking here from the South African tour. There is no doubt about it. Isra Udana is a player for the future. So that is something. So as I said, South Africa won by 16 runs. It was a close match, but again we had an interesting match happening in the second T20 between Sri Lanka and South Africa at the Centurion Park. But all the eyes in India will be on one particular tournament, the mega tournament of the year, which is the traditional one, as we call it, the Indian Premier League 2019, which kicks off between the winners of the tournament, Chennai Super Kings. So the Dhoni's team taking on RCB, Virat Kohli's team, and what a cracker of a match that is going to be to kick off IPL 2019. As you know, Royal Challengers Bangalore have always faced a challenge when facing the Chennai Super Kings, and Chennai Super Kings would be raring to go against the RCB. So Kohli, can he change the equation tomorrow? So, or the RCB, can they change the equation against Chennai Super Kings? So these are the things that I have. So as I said, I won't be able to go into any details, but I will keep my report going. So first I'm going to start off with the game between Australia versus Pakistan. As I said, this is the first ODI of the 5-match series, which was played at the Sharjah cricket ground, and what a match we had. Pakistan were the ones who batted first, put on 280 runs on the board, the feature being Haris Sohail going on to make a wonderful century, and also Umar Akmal coming in on a comeback, really turning on the tempo for Pakistan at a particular stage when runs were needed, as he hit 3 sixes. And if I'm not wrong, he hit the sixes. He hit 6 of Jai Richardson as well. So Richardson got a bit of bashing at the hands of Umar Akmal. So let's have a look at the card. But definitely the Aussies got immediate reward with Imamul Haq, the first victim, caught and bowled by Nathan Lyon for 17 of 27 deliveries, 1-4-1-6. Shan Masood looked good with 40 of 62 balls with 5 fours before he actually played on to Nathan Coulter-Nile. But Haris Sohail was the one who held the innings together in the company of Umar Akmal, and Umar Akmal and Haris Sohail were the ones who forged a very good partnership, with Umar Akmal on his comeback to Pakistan cricket team did a good turn for himself, contributing 48 of 50 balls, which included 3 very good sixes. And we all know Umar Akmal is a wonderful talent. a talent which is not flowered, one could say. Shoaib Malik, the captain, was out for just 11 runs of 7 deliveries. Fahim Ashraf and then Haris Sohail and Umar Akmal, they forced a good partnership because it was a partnership which yielded 98 runs to the good, which took the score from 78 for 2 in the 19th over to 176. And then we had Haris Sohail was still there, holding the innings together and contributing 101 not out of 115 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6. And then Fahim Ashraf with 28 and Imad Wasim with an unbeaten 28 apiece really took the Pakistan score to 280 for 5. Fahim Ashraf made 28 of 26 deliveries, 4 fours. Imad Wasim was not out on 28. Imad Wasim, as we know, is such a person, he doesn't need any time to come and settle down. As soon as he comes, he starts thrashing the ball, and that's what he precisely is. A good stroke maker, as Imad Wasim was not out on 28 of 13 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6, as the score read 280 for 5. It was a good fighting total, one thought. If you look at the bowling, Jai Richardson really got hammered by Umar Akmal in particular when he hit those sixes. 8 overs, 1 made and 1 for 64 for Jai Richardson. Nathan Coulter, there was no Cummins playing today, so Nathan Coulter now 10 overs, 261. Nathan Lyon was very economical, 10 overs, 1 for 38. So definitely, and Adam Zampa, 10 overs, no made and none for 44. Maxwell bowled 10 overs, 1 for 57. And Stoinis 2 overs, none for 14. Now 281 to chase of the 50 overs. They opened up with Usman Khwaja and Finn. They had a decent partnership of 63 runs before Usman Khwaja was the first to go to the bowling of Fahim Ashraf. 24 of 30 deliveries with 3 fours. But Aaron Finch and Sean Marsh carried on gamefully, in a very gamely manner. From 63, they put up a very big partnership to almost, not almost, but definitely get them closer to victory with taking the score to 235. So that was a stand which was worth 170 odd runs, which is well done. Finch was looking very good. He was stroking the ball freely. He was lofting the ball over the infield beautifully. Sean Marsh was settling down nicely, not taking any undue risk, but really rotating the strike well. And the score moved on and on with no reward for the Pakistan bowlers as they toiled hard, but this partnership really took it away from them as Aaron Finch, after making 116, and what a relief for the captain Aaron Finch, who has been definitely going through a very tough time as a batsman. He struggled against India as well, but against the Pakistanis, he came absolutely refreshed, and this would do his confidence a lot of good going into this particular ODI series. 116 of 135 deliveries, which included 8 fours and 4 sixes. Sean Marsh was not out on 91 when the victory came, of 102 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes. Hanscom was not out on 30 of 27, 2 fours. And Australia once again proving their 4th consecutive victory after taking that, coming from behind and hitting India hard in the series 3-2. So it's the 4th consecutive ODI victory, and definitely their confidence levels would be boosted to a great degree, because not only the news is that they still have Stephen Smith and David Warner in the locker after the IPL, and then they march on to the World Cup. So definitely, I think the Pakistan have to really play well against Australia now. 281 for 2, well done Australia. They won the match by 8 wickets. Amir 9 overs, none for 59. Got a bit of tonking from especially from Aaron Finch. Mohammad Abbas bowled well, 10 overs, 144. Even Wasim 10 overs, 1 for 50. Yasir Shah looked listless against the Aussie batsman. 10 overs, 1 for 56. Fahim Ashraf 9 overs, 1 for 50. And 1 over for 10 runs for the captain Shoaib Malik. Aaron Finch was named man of the match. The Sunday is the second match of the ODI series coming up. Now let's shift the attention now. Let's go to South Africa, where another wonderful match was enacted, the T20 match between South Africa and Sri Lanka. So South Africa batted first and put on 180 for 3 on the board. Now, if you look at the scorecard, Markram was out cheaply for 3, Udana giving them a very quick breakthrough, but it was the batting of Reza Hendricks and Van der Dussen. Van der Dussen, normally he plays in a very sedate manner. He tries to settle down, he tries to hold the innings, but it was the other way around today. Even though Reza Hendricks was also stroking the ball in a very free manner, it was Van der Dussen who was actually picking its spots and lofting the ball, lofting the bowlers into the fences and over the fences, which is good to see. But Reza Hendricks was playing the strokes all around, all along the carpet, and the partnership started taking root, and it took root to such an extent that they took the score from 9 for 1 in the second over to the 15th over, where the score stood at 125. So that was pretty good going, one thought, because it was a partnership which yielded 106 runs. And finally, the man to be dismissed was Reza Hendricks. Malinga came back for his second spell, and he picked up the wicket of Reza Hendricks for 65 for 46 deliveries, which included 9 wonderfully hit boundaries. Van der Dussen, on the other hand, was more of a very, very aggressive innings from him. 64 hit of 44 deliveries, and which included 4 fours and 3 very good sixes. And finally, to take them to 180 for 3, that job was done by the South African captain, JP Duminy, not out on 33 of 17, which included 2 fours and 2 sixes. David Miller was not out on 9, and the South Africans ending up at 180 for 3. Let's have a look at the bowling card for the Sri Lankans. Malinga, as usual, doing his job absolutely well. 4 overs, no made, 1 for 26. And just talking about Lasith Malinga, I have to tell you that Lasith Malinga, who normally plays for Mumbai Indians, would be out of action for the first 6 matches because he has to take part in a domestic competition there in Sri Lanka. If at all, he is to be considered for the qualification, to be considered in the team for selection for the World Cup 2019. So he'll be missing the first 6 matches. That's the other news which is coming in. Isru Udana, 4 overs, 1 for 39. Dhananjaya, 4 overs, 1 for 31. Van der Sey, 4 overs, 1 for 25. Did a good job, one thought. But Thisara Pereira was taken to the cleaners. 3 overs, was smashed for 45 runs without a wicket. And Mendes went 1 over for 12 runs, coming to Mendes. So the Sri Lanka, given a target of 181 runs, definitely did not have their way. Their innings fell away right from the beginning. There was no respite for them, and the wickets were just falling in heaps. If you look at it, if you look at the card there, Niroshan Dikwala made 20 of 15 deliveries, which included 2 fours and 1 6. Shuada Fernando was out for naught. Kushal Mendes was dismissed by Dale Steyn, clean bowling him for 4. And then we had Thisara Pereira coming up the order, but he could contribute only 22 of 15 with 2 fours and 1 6. Kamindo Mendes could not do much here. He was out for naught to the bowling of Morris. Pereira was out for 11. Dhananjaya De Silva continued his bad run on the South African tour, run out on 10 of 13 deliveries, which really reduced this the Sri Lankan innings into a real shambles, one could say, as the score read 83 for 7 at that stage, with only one man standing, and that was Isru Udana. What an innings, what a stunning innings. And I mean, he has started making this a habit now of going and hitting the bowlers, opposition bowlers, especially the South African bowlers have been bearing the blunt, and the match is not over till such time this bloke Isru Udana stays at the crease. And that's what precisely 83 for 7, and suddenly there was a breeze of runs coming in as Isru Udana took up the gauntlet, and he knew that he had only the tailenders for company. He started slashing the ball hard, he started having a wild swing at the ball, and every time he was connecting the ball absolutely from the middle of the bat, and the ball was sailing into the crowd. What a knock from Isru Udana. He really frightened the South Africans as he brought them close to victory, because in the final over 32 runs were required. Sipamla disappeared for a 6 of the first ball itself, and in the previous manner he hit Morris for a 6. So he was looking very dangerous according to me. But then Shamsi took the wicket of Dhananjaya for 1. Malinga got out for 8 after hitting 2 boundaries. Vandersi was not out on not. Isru Udana kept fighting. And look at that knock of Isru Udana. And what a player he's turning out to be. The real find of the tournament for Sri Lanka on the South African tour, to my knowledge. Isru Udana not out on 84 of 48 deliveries, which included 8 fours and 6 sixes, spanking sixes at that, which was hit with tremendous power. 164 for 9 was the final tally for the South Africans, losing the match only by 16 runs. And well, what a knock from Isru Udana. The other day, even though they lost the match, Isru Udana was given the man of the match, but not this time, as Rassie van der Dussen of South Africa took the man of the match award. Looking at the bowling card of the South African team, 3 overs 234. Morris did a wonderful job with the ball. 4 overs 132 runs and 3 wickets. Sipamla definitely knew what international cricket is all about. 4 overs none for 42. Pretorius 4 overs 1 for 22 was absolutely on the money. Shamsi did a great job, 4 overs 2 for 16, and Dumini 1 over which went for 18. So definitely this man Isru Udana is really catching the eye of definitely catching the eye, and he's going to be a big draw card to me in the one-day internationals, and I think he's a definite inclusion for Sri Lanka in the World Cup, because he can be used in whatever way, because he has the ability to clear the field, he has the ability to clear the fence, and I think he could be used as a great pinch hitter even in the ODI format, or this man Isru Udana could really surprise a few people in the World Cup with this big hitting prowess. So Sri Lanka have something to look forward to for the World Cup for sure now. In a very brief manner, tomorrow happens to be the start of Indian Premier League 2019. One is waiting for it, which is the premier tournament in India, and Chennai Super Kings. The Chennai Super Kings are the ones who would be taking on the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the curtain raiser of the Indian Premier League 2019. And what a cracker of a match that is going to be. In one side is the former captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni. At the other side, it is the current Indian captain Virat Kohli. And also, if you look at it, Royal Challengers have always faced a big challenge against the Chennai Super Kings, and I'm told they have lost 5 times. Can that equation be changed by Royal Challengers Bangalore tomorrow? What a match it is going to be. Chennai Super Kings are the 3-time winners of the Indian Premier League. They take on the Royal Challengers. 3 times they have gone down in the final, and it is going to be very interesting to see as to what are the new plans that RCB comes up with. They have the schemer, but as you know, Mahendra Singh Dhoni is someone who is a very big thinking cricketer as far as international cricket is concerned. So let's have a look here. Looking at the squad here, the Chennai Super Kings led by Mahendra Singh Dhoni packs a real punch, one could say. Shane Watson is coming back from the Pakistan Super League T20 with a big name to his credit of having bagged the man of the match and the man of the series, and that is a big thing for Shane Watson. Faf du Plessis, who has been Faf du Plessis, Suresh Raina, they are the ones, Ambati Raidu, they are the ones who have been a permanent part of the Chennai Super Kings success in IPL. And Dhoni himself is someone who is a sort of a father figure in this Chennai Super Kings team, and I have nothing to say about this bloke Dhoni, as you know what he can do with the bat, or in the field, or whatever or behind the wickets, or as to how he actually motivates his team and makes his moves like as if he's playing chess. Kedar Jadhav is another big player there. Dwayne Bravo coming in at number 7. Ravindra Jadeja, and then the bowlers Deepak Chahar, they all can bat. David Willey can bat. Mohit Sharma could be the only genuine tail ender, one could say. And very quickly, let's have a look at the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Royal Challengers Bangalore, Parthiv Patel will open with Moeen Ali. I reckon Virat Kohli will be coming one drop as the captain, and then that man De Villiers comes in, and the new inclusion happens to be a very, very exciting and a wonderful ODI, wonderful limited overs player, Shimron Hetmyer. In a brief span in international cricket, he has already done a lot. Shivam Dubey is someone to be looked at because he is someone who can really hit the ball hard. I am told about that. I hope I am right here. And then they have Washington Sundar, who has always been a part of RCB. Tim Saudi, the bowling looks good. Tim Saudi, Umesh Yadav, Mohammad Siraj, and the spinner Yuzvendra Chahal. And one is really waiting for this match to happen. And I'm sure there's going to be great fireworks in the start of Indian Premier League 2019 that kicks off tomorrow at Chennai. And this is Chennai Super Kings home turf, and one can expect a royal battle happening between both the teams. With this being said, it is your host Ram, signing off this on a Friday, and hope to see you all tomorrow with my report on the first match of the Indian Premier League 2019 and other cricket news as well. Till such time, it's good night.